Who eats their dessert from a shoe? How strange is it to eat dessert in a shoe at a diplomatic dinner? Just ask Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe about his dinner with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. A dessert was served in what appeared to be shiny men's shoes for everyone at the diplomatic dinner. Although it looks quite bizarre for any guest to put shoes on the table in front of the Japanese leader and his wife Aki, this was perceived by many to be particularly offensive. An unnamed senior diplomat who formerly served in Japan told Israel's Yedioth Ahronoth that the presentation was a stupid and insensitive decision. The diplomat added that there's nothing more despised in Japanese culture than shoes. It's equivalent to serving a Jewish guest chocolates in a dish shaped like a pig. The dessert was prepared by Israel's celebrity chef Segev Moshe. The chef's publicist said the shoe was actually a sculpture made by international artist Tom Dixon. A Japanese diplomat told Yedioth Ahronoth that they are offended for their prime minister. Even if it was meant to be a humorous gesture, they don't find it funny. Moshe got a ton of criticism after he shared pictures of a dessert creation on his Instagram account. As one person wrote, "That is just nasty. No chance I would eat that. The idea of eating out of someone's shoe turns the stomach." It's unclear what sort of message this celebrity chef was trying to send. Israel is the first stop of the Japanese leader's Middle East tour. Keep watching for more stories from the land of Gal Gadot.
Gorilla saves sister from zoo moat.
Caveman or long-lost time traveler? Scientists have unearthed something that effectively flips the table on everything we thought we knew about human evolution. The partial upper jawbone found during a 2002 excavation inside the Mislia cave in Israel took scientists 15 years to date. Their research, which included virtual reconstruction, places the jawbone as between 170,000 and 200,000 years old. The oldest human remains on record were found at Jebel Irhoud in Morocco. These are 300,000 years old. Many archaeologists believe humans migrated out of Africa around 60,000 to 150,000 years ago. The jawbone findings suggest humans left Africa 200,000 years ago. The jawbone contains 5 similarities to human jawbones. These are the small parabolic dental arch, an area of the incisive foramen. The finding corresponds with where the upper jaw and jaw ridge connect with the maxilla area of the human skull, as well as the position of the nasal cavity floor. If accepted as human, the jawbone could push back the history of human evolution by at least 100,000 years. Clown sightings spook Israeli townfolk. Seems a couple of clowns in Israel have taken a cue from their US counterparts and are wandering the dark streets, scaring the bejesus out of the Jews. Residents of the northern Israeli town of Awww have been spotting scary-looking clowns hanging about and are not amused. The terrified townfolk have taken to expressing their fears online, while also probably locking themselves inside their homes, away from any murderous circus freaks. So even though it's not criminal to don face paint and a red nose, police still investigated and revealed the culprits to be a couple of 12-year-olds. Guess at that age you've got enough chutzpah to run around in a clown suit without fear of getting murdered by a creeped-out bystander. Mazel tov. Still, with all the stress the boys clown cosplaying caused, they're probably going to get some sort of punishment. Israel blows up Iran drone. This is the moment an Israeli Apache helicopter blew up an Iranian drone. An Iranian drone was shot down on Saturday morning in northern Israel by the Israeli military. According to the Times of Israel, the drone was destroyed by an attack helicopter that engaged it after it flew inside Israel's airspace. The Iranian aircraft is said to be called a Thunderbolt drone. It is reportedly reverse-engineered from an American RQ-170 Sentinel spy drone that Tehran captured in 2011. Both models bear resemblance to the B-2 stealth bomber. Here's the explosion again, courtesy of Israeli Defense Forces.
צדק 3 רשאי להפיל את המטרה. מוודא תוצאה חיובית על המטרה.
The Dead Sea is drying up at an alarming rate. The Dead Sea is really living up to its name. With its water level dropping significantly every year, it appears the Dead Sea really is drying out to the point of disappearing. The Dead Sea is positioned between Israel, Jordan, and the West Bank, at the lowest point on Earth. Over the years, the Dead Sea has already lost more than 1/3 of its surface area. The water level is currently dropping by over 1 meter every year. Its shoreline is expected to drop from 411 meters to 430 meters below sea level by 2020. Traditionally, the Jordan River is the Dead Sea's inflow source. However, 50 years ago, much of its water was diverted to cities, reducing the inflow level to the Dead Sea to just 5% of its original volume. The hot and dry climate of the region also makes it difficult for the Dead Sea to restore itself. As a result, the salinity of the lake has increased. The Dead Sea is also threatened by cosmetic companies that extract mineral water from the region to make beauty products. Hotels and attractions built along the shoreline also release untreated sewage into the Dead Sea. Even though the Dead Sea is not home to any wildlife itself, the region around it is known for supporting several endangered species, such as ibexes, leopards, and the indigenous Dead Sea sparrow. The Dead Sea is not alone. Other lakes, such as the Aral Sea in Central Asia, Lake Chad in Africa, and the Salton Sea in California, are also drying up. Israeli company wants to build electric roads that can charge buses and cars. Imagine if you could charge your electric car or bus simply by driving. That is the vision of Israeli company Electrode. Electrode has designed a system that charges electric vehicles by embedding energy transfer coils in the road. As a vehicle such as a bus travels over the coils, its battery is charged wirelessly. Electrode claims it can lay 2 kilometers of energy transfer coils in a day. Road is dug up by one machine. The coils are laid. Then another machine buries the coils under bitumen. Roadside equipment helps to monitor electricity usage. Electrode hopes to begin testing the system with a public bus in Tel Aviv.